All right, guys. Welcome to your podcast for 1/20/2020. Your host, Derek Smith, over here. Oh, I'm a little bit sick. I'll warn you guys first off, so my voice is going to be a little bit raspy, a little congested. I'll try to power through this so I don't sound too horrible with you guys. And yeah, sorry about that ahead of time. As always, quick shout out to people that help me out and help make all this possible. NatFit, Country Crush, Lion Straps, and my new current sponsor, Smoking Sixes Meal Prep. They're based out of Southern California down here. Awesome meal prep company. They're helping me out, and their food is delicious. If you guys get a chance, check them out. I have a discount code for 10% off. It's DREK10, DWREK10. Gets you 10% off. I have the same discount code for Country Crush, by the way. If you guys are thinking about ordering some handles, throw that discount code in there and get yourself a little discount. Quick thing, catch you guys up with myself. Oh, what's going on? So, been training heavy. This week felt great. Super sore, but I've been really able to dig in on my new program in the gym. Basically, doing 2 sets. So I basically picked 2 muscle groups right now. One non-arm wrestling muscle group, and one arm wrestling specific, like forearm muscle. And I'm doing 2 sets of about 6 reps each, where basically I would fail on the 7th rep. So I don't go to failure, I stop right before it. So I'll do like biceps and pronation, lat and cupping, or something like that, right? So it's a big muscle group and then an arm wrestling specific one. And it's been going great. It's weird because I'm used to leaving the gym just pumped out of my mind, but I'm leaving the gym feeling like I worked a 10-hour shift with a new job with a new muscle I haven't really used. So my muscles feel kind of beat up in a deeper sense, but they don't feel tore up where I can't like close my hand or anything. So it's kind of a different sensation. But afterwards, the following days, I've been super sore. I've been dying. I feel like it's really, really working. So then the rest is just, trying to deal with the lactic acid and to keep moving forward so I can get a good workout next week. So I'll keep touching on that on my new workout program throughout these podcasts. But yeah, things seem to be going well. I feel strong as hell. So then on Saturday, this past Saturday, I went to Supercross in Anaheim. I worked a Supercross event with Travis Bagents. Every year, Travis goes around the country and works Supercross events. So basically, he's in the parking lot next to the big stadiums. This one was at Angel Stadium. He's in the parking lot, and he works for Cooper Tires. So they'll have like a big sledgehammer, like these feats of strength you have to do. You walk up, you try to pick up the sledgehammer with one hand. It's a 2-handed sledgehammer, and you see if you can pick it up one-handed at the base of the sledgehammer. It's only an 8-pound sledgehammer, but you have to have some serious wrist control, some rising control, so like your radial deviation, your rising ability with your wrist, that has to be at a good level. And then you can pick up the sledgehammer, and then step 2 is you have to grab a 25-pound bumper plate, flip it and catch it in the air one-handed and not let it drop to the ground. And then if you do that, then you move on to the 45-pound bumper plate, and you get 3 chances to flip that and catch it before it hits the ground. It's a lot thicker. It's a big old rubber one. And then, if somehow you do all 3 of those, then you get to arm wrestle Travis Bagents for $20,000. Well, throughout the day, there's usually about 6 people or so that can actually flip that 45-pound plate. You have to have a pretty good-sized hand or insane finger strength to flip that thing. I heard Luke Kent can flip it, and I know he doesn't have a crazy big hand, so that's pretty impressive. I think I saw Artem flip it too. So, yeah, there's definitely some smaller guys that can do it, but generally it's guys with bigger hands. Yeah, and then you get to arm wrestle Travis for $20,000, and he ain't let that money go anywhere. All right, so then we had practice after that. It was really awesome. Bill Sinks, I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's a legend in North American arm wrestling and arm wrestling in general. Strap master, one of those guys that's just amazing in the straps, knows the inside and out. He was in town for vacation, and it just so happened Travis was in town for the Supercross. So, but next weekend, there's like basically the biggest tournament on the West Coast, biggest like annual tournament, tournament at the LA Fit Expo. So a lot of my guys weren't pulling this weekend because they have a really big tournament next weekend. So it kind of was bad timing as far as getting a big crowd for those guys. But yeah, so at my practice yesterday, there was Travis Bagent, Bill Sinks, then Alan Fisher came up with a guy named Scott Zabrowski, who's an awesome arm wrestler, really getting back into it, really strong presser, like shoulder roll puller. Then Jamie Sheldon showed up, and then Vosgin showed up as well, Vosgin Segoyan. So it was great. There was like a collection of amazing arm wrestlers, super veterans, who it was awesome hanging out with them and picking their brain and stuff like that. I definitely have some videos I'm going to be releasing here today or tomorrow or so. I caught up with those guys, and I got some great videos of strap pulling. So there's a session I got there, probably about a 10-minute video of just Travis pulling in the straps with Bill Sinks and Alan and everybody, and they're just talking about strap pulling and stuff. Really good video, and I tried to really focus on the hands and the straps for you guys so you can check it out. So expect those. I think that's it. And then I practiced with Travis and everybody, and I'm pretty sick right now, so I felt like I was about 80% strength, but the practice still went pretty well. Alan feels like crazy strong. So anyway, all right, let's get to the podcast here. Starting off with posted by John Blaze. He says, all I have is a 20 kg kettlebell. What exercises can I do to get better at arm wrestling with your 20 kg kettlebell? So what, 20 kg, that's 2 times 2.2, right? So that's what, like 40 something, 44 pounds or 45 pounds. Sorry, my math's wrong. So with that, you can, what I like to do with kettlebells in regards to arm wrestling is what, like I was just talking about radial deviation, about like trying to basically hammer curl it while keeping your wrist straight, so without your wrist dumping. There's a clip of me doing that on my Instagram. If you guys, I know I'm not trying to plug all my shit on you guys, but there is a video of me using a kettlebell and doing that. My Instagram's AWDEREK, Derek. Check that out if you guys want to see that clip of that kettlebell. So besides that, you can also do pronation. I've seen people set a kettlebell like on like a countertop type of thing. Plant your elbow on the countertop as well, with your hand laying flat on the table or countertop, and then just pronate over. You can pronate the kettlebell over. So I see people doing lifts with that. So that's a pronation lift. So there's your rising lift, there's a pronation lift. Then you can also tie a martial arts belt or towel to the kettlebell in general, and then do all the other lifts as well. You can do curls, you can do everything with that. So, I mean, the sky's the limit, really. I mean, a kettlebell, yeah, it's an oddly shaped weight, but you can tie something to it and use it as a regular weight. So, I mean, really, if you get inventive, you can do whatever you want with a kettlebell. All right, moving forward, guys. Posted by Dankius 1994. Pulling Ryan Bowen and Gunter's Bykovs in hook-only matches. Oh, okay, so I think this is a video posted by, is it Taryn Broad? But it's his video of him pulling Ryan. Ryan also released the video of him practicing with these guys. Taryn, if this is you, I think this is your video. Dude, you look strong as hell. You look really compact. You're staying deep in that hook, and you look very explosive. And then when you're hitting, you're not losing control of all your angles. So, like, as you hit, your elbow's not flying out. You're not losing technique. You're staying tight as you move, which is really, really good, man. A lot of people, especially when they do big surges like that against strong opponents or equal strength opponents, they end up falling apart. It's kind of a sign of not having a lot of table time or table experience. Things start just popping out of place and stuff. So you stayed good at staying compact, and you were definitely strong enough to, I believe you pinned Ryan a few times in a hook, so that's great. Ryan says that he was going around practicing his defensive hook everywhere. I'm gonna take that. Every time I lose at practice, I'll let you get there. I was practicing my defensive hook. No, I don't know. Maybe he was. I just give him shit about that. But yeah, good shit, Taryn, if this is your channel. All right, guys, moving forward. Posted by Rodental, Dennis Saplenkov, The Truth About the Health. I did not watch this. Not going to lie to you guys. Yeah, I haven't watched the video about The Truth About Dennis Saplenkov's health. I'll go back and watch that. I mean, most people, they say it's a health issue. Most people assume it's a steroid issue. Yeah, so I'll watch that video and get a better opinion on it. But you guys check that out. It's posted by Armbets TV, so it's probably good quality. And hopefully they have all the right subtitles and stuff for us people that don't speak Russian. Okay, moving forward. Posted by Valerio Lick. Bagent is back. Time to see the King take back his spot. And then it's an Instagram, a link to an Instagram post that Travis put up of a picture of him and Devin, and it says like soon enough. And so that started the speculation of Travis returning to the sport. And yeah. So moving forward, I'll get back to the Bagent thing in a little bit. Okay, posted by Rubber Psyduck. It says both Juji and Tom will be competing in the bottom 8. I'm actually super hyped to see Tom compete, seeing how he is getting a lot stronger lately. It begs the question, who else is competing though? Juji, Tom, Ryan, Bowen are all confirmed, and I would be shocked if Evan Burgoyne is not back for revenge. That leaves only 4 more spots really. Maybe Arden will be returning too. Who else do you guys think may make an appearance? Regardless, I'm super hyped for my favorite tournament. Let's see, so you have 4 there, and then I know Wes Bjornson's going. I know Coach Ray is going. Who else have I heard is going? Oh, well, they said Laba's going to be back, Jonathan Laba, and I think they're having 16 people as a thing. I don't think it's top 8. It's bottom 8. I think it's called bottom 8, but I think there's actually 16 people. So they have a bunch of people. Some guy they call him Titan Neck is going to be there. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure. They're having a good turnout, I think, this year. I'm really excited to watch it too, and I'm excited that Tom's pulling. I know he's lighter and stuff, but Tom is awesome, and I know he works hard and stuff. He lifts a lot, so hopefully he's able to come out with some wins. I'm expecting a lot of energy out of him, and hopefully he applies his strength in the right areas and is able to get some wins. All right, so moving forward, posted by Thunder Crane. It says, great video of Devin pulling with Mykola and Majid posted yesterday. So Devin was in Israel recently, right? Israel? Yeah. And did a seminar there and pulled, a bunch of days in a row like he does. And looks like there's some really strong guys over there that were definitely giving him a run. It's really hard to tell, guys. Like, I have, from experience, when you pull with Devin, he's trying to get a workout, and he lets you get in your power, and he doesn't go like his A+ move. So right when he grips up with you at practice, he kind of pulls back and he tries just to pronate you and stuff to get some defensive like pronation work in there. But like because I've felt the difference of him letting me get in my position and me work, and him trying to hold, and then all of a sudden he decides that he wants to work, and then it's like, oh, holy shit, there's a whole other step of horsepower in there where he starts digging in. So a lot of these videos when you see people beating, including there's videos of me beating Devin out there at practice, it doesn't mean a lot, guys. I mean, it's awesome, and don't get me wrong, it's not easy at all. He definitely is strong as shit, even when he's letting you work in your power. But yeah, there's definitely a difference of Devin applying himself, like in a tournament, him coming at you, throwing that shoulder forward or whatever he's going to do. There's a noticeable, crazy difference between that and then, some practice pulling where he lets you get in your power. So, but even to pull through him at practice takes a ton of strength. Not many people can do it. So these videos are still, a little bit representative that these guys are on some sort of level, for sure. So, good job to you guys. Good job. Moving forward, and by the way, Devin has insane endurance, you guys. I mean, I know everybody knows that, but it's crazy. Like when you're pulling with him, you feel like you're getting weaker, or you feel like he's getting stronger, but really it's just you getting weaker. It's weird. It's such a weird feeling. He just doesn't get tired. All right, next one's posted by Criminal Scum. Says Tom Broyden, circa 2040, bottom 8 XXI final match. It's a picture of a guy that looks a lot like Tom from Juji and Tom. Yeah, it's kind of a funny picture. It's a guy struggling while he has his wrist getting taken, it looks like. All right. Moving forward, Travis, posted by Ryan Bowen. It says Travis back in the WAL, ? And it's basically a video of Ryan talking about that same Instagram story where Travis had put that out there. So, I mean, like, it's just hype. Got the ball rolling. Travis put that out there, and then Ryan made this video. And so it's just the ball rolling as far as the hype train around Travis returning to the sport. Okay, moving forward. Let's see. Posted by Ender Foxiest. It says, preventing a press, ? Hi, I'm a high schooler really interested in arm wrestling. I only weigh 140 pounds, but can beat a fair amount of the perceived bigger guys. There is one guy who I've only beat once. He's 6'2" and just built thick and always presses me. So my question is, how can I prevent getting pressed? Any recommended muscles to build or just general strength? Well, I mean, in terms of arm wrestling, more arm wrestling specific muscles would always be more beneficial. So doing calf raises will not help you beat this guy in any significant level. So biceps, forearm or cupping, pronation, things like that. But how can I prevent getting pressed? So in general, guys, when someone presses you or is going to a press or a flop wrist press or a shoulder roll, a fully deep committed inside move, basically you could tell it's coming because their shoulder is moving forward. They're setting up to lunge their shoulder forward. The whole way that you get strong in a press is that the further you get your shoulder past your arm, and the more you're able to press down, the more force you're able to apply. If you pry someone away from their shoulder, then they can't get their shoulder behind their arm, then they can't press you down. So the answer to any kind of press is to get them away from their arm. Now, that answer can go a lot of ways, right? It's to get their arm away from their shoulder, right? That's what you gotta do. You gotta pull backwards, generally, right? But a lot of people in this on this topic were saying that, you got a low hand top roll. Now that's a fantastic way. Definitely a great way to prevent a press. Because a lot of times a press requires you focus on your bottom two fingers. It's like a really deep hook, if we're not talking about a flop wrist press. If we're talking about like a regular shoulder roll or something like that, then yeah, it's a lot of bottom two finger commitment and holding on. Well, a low hand top roll targets the bottom two fingers, right? That's what it's meant kind of for. So yeah, definitely a great move in this situation, but you can also hook people. That's possible too. You can hook and pull backwards and drive back, but you have to have a lot of bicep and hooking power. I've seen people flash pressers before they get their power. So a press is not only the strongest move in arm wrestling generally as far as force applied, but it's generally the fastest move as well. Because it has the least amount of components, you're already so tight, your shoulder's already behind your hand, you're already engaging the main muscle, which is like your tricep. So all you gotta do is pull them into your chest a little bit and press down as hard as you can. So it's really fast and really strong. That being said, in order to be faster than a press, you have to simplify your movements, right? So if you're going against a guy in a press and you're like, I don't know how to top roll, all I do is hook. Okay, cool. So working with your hook, I've seen Gennady Kvikvinia flash pressers. Literally, the press dude flew forward to try to press Gennady, and before the press guy even got his shoulder anywhere near behind his hand, Gennady pinned him on Gennady's own elbow pad. Literally, they said go, he pinned him straight down. Because there's an element of forward. When you're pressing, you have to go forward to get your shoulder behind your arm, right? So there's an element of forward. Well, if you time it right and you're fast enough, you can use their momentum of them coming forward and pulling their hand backwards, and you can do a lot of things, right? But you have to simplify your movement. If you try to do a really complex arm wrestling movement while the guy's coming forward with his shoulder, then that's going to be really slow, right? Every other muscle you have to use just takes a little more time. So, every different movement you have to put in this giant move you're doing takes more time. So simplify your movement, right? So all he did was straight side pressure, wham, and flash the guy before the guy got there with his press. So I've seen that, and that was an amazing way to handle a press. Then also you've seen John Berzig hold Jerry Caderet in a hook while Jerry was pressing, but Jerry folds his own wrist. But you can see that it happens a lot. You just have to be able to withstand the press a little bit and get him outside his shoulder, and then you can control it with a hook. It's possible. So yeah, I mean, stylistically, a low hand top roll is fantastic, but there are other options, guys. The general theme is pull them away from their shoulder ASAP, like before they get there, because if they get there, you're kind of screwed, right? So take that for what it is. Just pull him away from himself. But you sound like you're pretty new, man, so be careful. That's also really dangerous for your friend. So, but that's how you beat a press, if you're asking. Okay, moving forward. Posted by Raymond H. Raymana. It says, how did this guy's arms snap? and it's a video, an Instagram video. I didn't watch it. I don't really watch arm break videos anymore. But I did read the comments, and they were talking about how the guy was in good position and his arm broke. So 2 things on that. Well, the reason I don't watch arm wrestling or arm break videos, first off, is I just don't want that in my head. I've seen it about 35 times or so in person, and I'm good. I don't really enjoy watching it. I understand how it happens. I get it. I don't need to keep watching videos of people's arms breaking. There's usually 2 things. If a guy's in a good position and his arm breaks, one of 2 things is going on. Either you can be on a winning side of a table, guys, and you can even have your elbow in past your shoulders, right? But if the rotation on your hand and your arm, if you're getting destroyed in rotation, and somewhat you're forcing that shoulder sideways still, even with your elbow in, I've seen people break their arm. I had a teammate, a guy on my team, and he was winning a match, and he was super excited, but he had lunged sideways, right? And the guy who was arm wrestling had a ton of hand and wrist strength. So as he lunged sideways, the other guy had pronated or was rotating his hand super far backwards. But my guy was technically in a winning position on that side of the table. Well, with his elbow in and everything, and the arm snapped, right? He broke his arm in a winning position. But it's all because it's all about the amount of rotation being placed on the bones, and it depends on the angles, right? So, yeah, you don't have to be in a weird losing position to break your arm. That's most common because that's usually when people are starting to lose and they start digging in with their shoulder, and that's when they snap their own arm. But, yeah, you can definitely break your arm in a winning position as well. Stay conscious of your bones and how much they're getting rotated, right? That's really kind of what it boils down to, right? The other way that someone can break their arm in a winning position, some people are predisposed, guys. Some people have old injuries. Some people have, a stress fracture they never knew about, and things like that, and their arms can snap. So when I am talking to people about broken arms, it's basically like 95% of the ones you see are going to be in a losing position, and it's going to be a guy's spiral fracture in his humerus, right in the middle of his arm. But sometimes there's freak ones, right? John Brzenk broke his elbow. Some people I've heard have broken their forearms and things like that, but it's super rare, right? And you have to wonder if they had something wrong with it beforehand. So, yeah, kind of just freak accidents. But, yeah, most of them, guys, are always in the middle of your humerus, spiral fracture. And then you got to kind of hope it heals one of 2 ways. Either it breaks and it's a clean break and they can just set it in a sling and you don't have to get the surgery and then you just can't use it for a while. Or it breaks and it's really jagged and an ugly break, and then they have to cut open your tricep and then go in there and put plates on either side of your humerus on both sides, and then they screw these metal plates in to hold your bone in place while it heals up. Then you have those metal plates in there. So that's usually what happens. But as long as you guys stay safe, stay conscious of the pressures on your arm, you'll be all right. I've never broken my arm. So, knock on wood. Okay, moving forward. Posted by Boring Account 00. It says, how strong are you at normal lifts? I'm curious how much arm wrestlers can dumbbell curl. I know it doesn't translate 100% to arm wrestling, but I've always been decent at dumbbell curls. 70s for a few clean reps. And I can beat my friends at arm wrestling, but I haven't pulled against any actual arm wrestlers yet. What are some of your best lifting numbers? What's a lift I should be able to achieve in order to have a shot at arm wrestling? I keep hearing 14-inch forearm is a good starting point. Okay, so I commented on this. I put some of my lifts on there, but there's basically, I was thinking about this the other day. Actually, I think this post actually got my mind working on this. So there's 4 things that I can think of that make you stronger in arm wrestling, or make you able to win arm wrestling and apply a lot of force, right? There's muscle strength, there's connective tissue, there's technique, and then there's your body, your muscles working well together and communicating well and working in sync, right? And on that topic, we'll throw your joints in there, making sure joints are working together, right? And able to apply all that power. So muscles are a big one, and they can be really big, and they're the easiest to build, I think, out of all that stuff. Because you just lift the weight, follow a program, tear the muscle down, build it back up with, proper nutrition and rehab, and then you keep getting stronger. So those are the easy ones we all kind of know how to build. Then there's connective tissue, right? There's your tendons, your ligaments, and things like that. Even like bone density and things like that. That takes time. That takes years to get stronger. Then there's technique, right? I'm still learning. I just had a great session with Travis Bagent, and he definitely showed me a few things. So everybody's still learning. I think even Devin still is learning because there's just a lot of weird things going on tables, and there's crazy angles going on. So the last one, I think people really underestimate the potency and value of having a good connection with your muscles and being able to apply all the force you need to apply onto the table that you have, right? There, a couple podcasts ago, I talked about this, about your nervous system and training your muscle memory and stuff. And that's big. It's really big for arm wrestling, guys. There's a bunch of examples of each of these things that you can show, or I could, go to. There's guys with no muscle who are strong as hell. There's even guys with no muscle and who have good connection points who are really strong. I mean, not no muscle, but skinnier guys who don't have a lot of muscle bellies and big muscles that can apply a ton of force, right? So I think all these things are things that are applied to arm wrestling and how much force you can put down on a table, but you have to work on them individually, I think. But they're all things to consider. I think like shadow arm wrestling, working with bands. Just general table time will help work your muscle connection and your muscle memory in your arm. Same thing with technique. And even, you can gain everything on a table. You can gain all four of those things on a table, right? While practicing with people. So, yeah, don't underestimate any one of those four things, I'd say. So, yeah, in pertaining more to this question, how strong are you at normal lifts? What I post? I think I posted like a single dumbbell curl. I've done 100-pound dumbbells for a couple reps if I'm feeling good. I've done, 205-pound easy curls for 5 reps. I think I can do more than that though. And then just the other day I was doing flat bar curls with a barbell, like a benching bar. And I was doing 185 for, what did I do that for? 185 for 4 or 5. But it depends on your form, if you're cheating. There's a lot of things that go into that, right? So, but that doesn't mean anything. I lift weights with guys that I arm wrestle with who are way stronger than me in the gym, and when we're on the table, it's not even close. So it's like, and I'm talking about in their power, in their hook and everything, it's not that close. So it depends, you guys. It's all about how you translate it to the table. Yeah. So, moving forward, posted by Boring Account 00 again. What happened to Game of Arms Season 2? Game of Arms was an awesome show. It did really well. It was on, what was it? AMC, right? AMC. But they had multiple reality TV shows. They had Duck Dynasty, Game of Arms, and they had another one. I can't remember what it was right now. But basically, AMC wasn't known for having reality shows. And I think, something happened and there was a meeting somewhere and they decided not to have any more reality TV shows, so they scrapped all of them. They scrapped Duck Dynasty, they scrapped Game of Arms, and the other one, which I can't remember what it was. So, so we lost Game of Arms, and they just didn't get picked up. So they filmed, I don't know if they filmed the whole season, or they filmed enough for, the pilot, maybe, the first episode or something, but, it was supposed to be really cool. I've seen some trailers for it that got leaked, and it was, Devin Larratt was in there. There's a bunch of people that they moved around on the teams and stuff. It was looking really cool, but, yeah, it never made it to TV, sadly. Yeah, and I wish it was. Alright guys, so moving forward, posted by Valerie Olick. It says, how does Travis not get supinated with that fist-style hand? The other day I was messing around pulling with that hand-closed fist style. I, for the love of God, can't understand how I should be able to keep my pronation when I don't have my small fingers in place gripping to apply torque. How does Travis very rarely get supinated? What am I missing? Yes, I tried in the strap. I still can't understand how you can keep your pronation that way. And yes, I have superior posting strength. I just miss a little side pressure Could this be the problem? So I was just practicing with Travis yesterday, and we were just talking about his making a fist style in the strap. So first off, that's a strap technique. What he does is, when you guys are pulling the straps, he makes no attempt whatsoever to hold on to you. He basically makes a fist so that way his hand gets thicker, and he applies pressure on the back of the strap so the strap gets really tight, right? Because as he makes a fist, he bows his hand kind of back, and so it puts a ton of pressure on the strap, and so you can't get a hold of him. And then it's straight backwards with pronation. But in the straps, when he starts pronating, the strap, you feel all the pronation, right? You know, Devin's been doing that knife hands thing. Basically, it's arm wrestling with your hand open, because in the strap, you don't need to be holding on. That's why, it's a strap there. It does the pronation for you. Or, as far as it conveys the pronation for you. So you don't need to do it with your fingers. So, yeah, he makes the fist, gets the strap super tight on the back of your hand, and makes his hand so thick you can't get a hold of him, basically. So you can't really try to reel him in. It's really hard to get a hold of him and to apply pressure with your forearms to cup him. And then he posts straight backwards with a super high angle, and then drags with his lat. It separates you, and then goes to the side, right? So at no point is Travis worried about really holding on to you. He's not trying to break your thumb or anything, but it's just to create pressure on the straps and to get you so you can't get hold of his hand, right? It's actually really potent. It's a really crazy, crazy move, and when done right and properly, it can be super effective. It's just you kind of need... It's super effective mostly against people that try to hold on to you. So it's like a way of... It's the top way that I can think of. I spent all night thinking about this. It's the top way of arm wrestling in the straps with a high hand top roll, right? So I think the best way still, if you take all moves that are outside of a strap, that are arm wrestling moves, and you add a strap, like what move does the strap make better? What move does the strap multiply the most? I would still say it's low hand top rolling, right? I still say that the strap benefits low hand top rolling more than anything, but the strap can amplify all those moves, right? When used properly. So I think the best way to utilize a strap, if you're going to high hand top roll, is to follow Travis's lead, to stop trying to hold on, make that fist. Also, by the way, when you make that fist, it gets your knuckles way above theirs, and especially in strap pulling, whoever's hand is higher than the other ones, like literally higher. Whoever's like top point of their hand is above the other ones. When you're high hand top rolling, you'll crush the other guy's wrist because you're above him. So you'll be going down onto his hand, and you'll pop his rising pressure will give out his radial deviation, and you'll be able to go through the top of his hand, right? So that fist also improves your height, right? But yeah, so utilizing that, guys, I think is the best way for high hand top rollers to use the strap. So I definitely recommend checking that out. Watch this video I'm going to post here today or tomorrow, and hopefully you guys can get some tips or pick up some stuff from Travis on how to utilize that fist technique. It's really good, guys. But you have to be fast. You can't let the other person get a hold of you first, right? Moving forward, posted by Neither Stay. Dave Chafee, highly likely to compete in the top 8. It's a video from ArmBets. You know what? So I think Dave is, in the top 8. Last I heard, I think he's for sure, right? So that's awesome. Someone that there's nothing cemented. There's no knowing for sure how well Dave will do. But if Dave is in any shape like he was in before, then he should at least be able to, in a lot of ways, slow down, if not beat Levon. So I think, I'm not saying he's favored overall to beat Levon, but he has the tools for sure to give Levon a match or beat him in certain angles, in my opinion. So we'll see if Levon gets into Dave's match with him and pulls in his style, or if Levon's going to try to evade and kind of top roll him, kind of like he did with Vitali. So I'm excited to see how Levon will handle that if they end up meeting each other in the top 8. So, posted by Mick Muller, it says, I made another video of Devin Larratt, and it's a video. This is the guy that made the first highlight reel or montage of Devin a couple weeks ago, and it was awesome. It was the best Devin Larratt highlight reel I've ever seen. It was And I shared it everywhere because it was super cool. So this one I watched, it was cool. It was definitely good. I don't think it was as good as the last one. And this is just my opinion. You know, everybody has their own opinion. I just like the last one a little better. I may like the song better or whatnot. But dude, keep making these videos, man. You definitely have high production value for sure. I like the other different video better. But you can definitely do a lot of things. You definitely have skill with editing for sure. All right, guys. So next video posted by ZenVegan96. Learn how to get a leverage advantage fast and easy. LOL. Then it's a picture of these two guys arm wrestling, and this guy has a peg that he's holding on to that's like really high. I don't get it. I don't know how holding onto the peg will give you a leverage advantage. Yeah, I don't get it. So I don't know. I don't know if this picture has to do with that giant peg he's holding on to. I don't understand the leverage advantage though, because the peg. For those of you that don't know, for the new guys listening, the reason there are pegs and you have to stay in contact with it. Generally, it's a safety thing, right? So that way you keep your shoulders squared up. That's why it was kind of started. So that way you don't turn sideways and break your arm. I mean, that's what I was always told anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, moving forward. Posted by Anon LL. Says, training every day. Assuming one trains a different muscle group, is it better to train every day in order to get better in the shortest time possible compared to each other day, for example? If you're cycling, and this is there's a lot of different opinions on this. So first off, I'll put that out there. Currently, the one I'm working on, the one I believe in currently, I think training your different muscle groups every day is fine. You could even train some muscle groups daily if you'd like. Depends on your rep ranges and how much you're doing. You could be doing rehab one day and then and heal it up. It's like super light, and then do heavy the next day if you wanted to. But I'm training. If everything goes well in my life and I'm in the gym every day, then I'll be training Monday through Friday. I take Saturday off, and then I arm wrestle on Sunday. But yeah, I'll do one lift, and then I'll wait a week to hit that muscle group again. So say today is Monday. Say I do biceps today, then I'll try to do biceps next Monday. So once a week. So I break down all the big muscle groups, one big muscle, one forearm muscle, and then I'll wait a week. So you could train every day that way. But yeah. So it depends on how you break down your training and the intensity levels and stuff like that. Rest is a big thing, right, you guys? Especially all these people in North America, all you guys listening, North Americans. Our biggest fault generally when it comes to strength training for arm wrestling is that we just try to murder everything and we don't recover. You guys, that is like the biggest difference I'm picking up from everybody I talk to and everything I see is that in the other parts of the world, they recover. You guys, they murder it. When they're in the gym, they do well, but they make sure they recover. That's the number one thing. You make the gains outside of the gym, right? So you tear it down in the gym. You make the gains when you're healing or when you're eating or when you're doing rehab or when you're getting, massage therapy or whatever you're doing to heal. That's when you make your gains, guys. So please get your gains. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving forward. This is a video I posted of when I was at Supercross with Travis the other night. I asked him about his update, right? Everybody's talking about Travis coming back to the sport, so I decided, hey, I'm with him. Fuck it. Let's ask Travis if he's coming back or an update. So I filmed that. He basically, being Travis, being flashy. Basically, he said like nothing's changing. He doesn't plan on making any giant comeback. He does look bigger though, guys. Like pull with him and stuff like that. He looks like he's putting on some size. But from what he's saying, he says, that it's just WAL and PAL have to pay him a ton of money, and if they don't, then he's not coming back. And I haven't heard any rumors about them paying him a ton of money. So I take that as a no. But unless he's being really secretive. But after I posted that video, people were commenting on Facebook and they were commenting on the YouTube video itself, and they were saying that Travis is not he's not relevant. That's the word, right? Because Travis hasn't been competing. He's no longer relevant, so no one cares about him. And so yesterday at practice, because I saw him 2 days in a row, the second day at practice, I told him that. I said, hey, there's people saying you're not relevant. And I made a video of it, and I'll be posting that. And his response to me telling Travis he's not relevant anymore. All right, moving forward. posted by Rodental. It says a bunch of bogans practicing. I think that's what that word is. It's Ryan Bowen at this arm wrestling with the Sydney Arm Wrestling Club. So I think Ryan got in a plane and flew around to all the teams like in Australia or something. Or it seems that way because it seems like every week he's posting a video of him practicing with a different team in Australia, which is awesome. I hope that's what he did. It's great for him to get out there. And for Ryan puts himself out there as like the most social media influencing Australian for sure, right? And a lot of people would say he's the face of Australian arm wrestling, whether it's right or wrong, just because he's out there so much. A lot of people would say that. And so I know I've heard in the past that some of the Aussie arm wrestlers kind of don't like that. They feel like Ryan always represents all of them. So it's good for him to get out there and pull with those guys and, get a hold of everybody. So I'm all about that, about arm wrestling community staying together. And I think Ryan not, sitting at his house and not messing with those guys is great, right? So kudos to Ryan for putting himself out there, getting pinned in practice and stuff like that and willing to go. Definitely take some balls. And it's helping him grow as an arm wrestler for sure. So that's awesome. I like seeing these little videos. I watched all of them. Yeah, I watched all the practice videos of Ryan pulling with other people. So good stuff, Ryan. Ryan's also going to be, I think he's going to be down in San Diego on February 9th, right? So quick plug. February 9th, Travis is hosting, so NAL, National Arm Wrestling League, is hosting a round robin, a 165 or 175 round robin with like Alan Fisher and other pullers. I don't know exactly who's going to be in it. And me and my team will be down there watching. And then John Brzezinski will be there. I guess Ryan's going to be with John. And then Travis will be there. And so we'll go down there for a big practice. It'll be really cool. So if you guys are available to show up, I suggest going to it's called the Grinder Gym in San Diego. Grinder Gym, San Diego. Moving forward, posted by Bench Press and Beer, says Oleg Zook has made a YouTube channel. I didn't check it out yet, but somebody else said that it's just a different guy posting videos of Oleg. So, man, I really do hope Oleg makes his comeback all the way. It'd be great to see that dude. He's a monster. And Travis is actually explaining a lot about how Oleg's so successful in the straps. It's kind of crazy, man, about where the straps intersect on the back of his hand and how he's able to apply so much pressure. So, moving forward, posted by oh my God, I'm so sick, I can't even say the word, Diamond Eyes 18. Most of my matches from Fretboard Arm Wrestling Championships, one right and left super heavyweights. So I watched your video, man, of you pulling. It was, short video, like 2 minutes. The moves were working really well. You were doing kind of like it was kind of like a high hook. It looked pretty high hooky, with, your wrist ended up like kind of not dumping, but you were like lowering your angle a little bit more to their bottom two fingers, but it looked like you were just playing it, according to the pressures they were applying on you. So it's great, dude. Your move, you were explosive. Elbow was in. You looked like you were in total control. You brought the fire each match. You were screaming. It looked like a really textbook win, man. They're awesome. So kudos to you, man. You looked great on those matches. Keep it up. All right, moving forward. Posted by Criminal Scum. Are there any online gambling sites for arm wrestling? About to put everything I own on the Vaughn for the foreseeable future. I don't know of any sites. There's a Facebook group called like Arm Wrestling Betting or something like that, I think. Yeah. Some people, I don't know who, might like to make imaginary bets on arm wrestling, but there's definitely no site I know of. I think there's people trying to get that ball rolling though. They're trying to get sites and stuff made, so there is gambling on arm wrestling, which would be awesome. Money getting poured into the sport would just be great for the sport. Moving forward, posted by NNQ2603, Laba versus Titan Neck, two funniest opponents in bottom 8. This video is hilarious. Jonathan Lava is a fool. The guy's so funny. So you guys gotta watch this video. Basically, Devin talking about their super match. I don't know who wins. I mean, I don't think this Titan Neck guy is even an arm wrestler at all. At least Laba is. I don't know if he's still competing or what, but at least he trains and does tournaments somewhat. And so I got to go with Laba on this one. Hopefully he wins. Laba's my boy. So hopefully Jonathan takes the victory on that one. Yeah. So I'm excited to watch this bottom 8 stuff again. I would love to go out there and watch it in person if I could get the money right and actually fly out there. All right, so last video, posted by NNQ2603, one of Vitaly Letin's losses to a under 90 kg puller 2017 Russian super match. So it's a video of Vitaly Letin having a match with Sergey Boguslav. So Sergey Boguslav, sorry guys, Sergey Boguslav is a beast, right? He got busted for steroid use in Worlds or whatever. I mean, but that doesn't mean I don't really want to get too far in on that, but that doesn't mean anybody's clean. So, but anyway, yeah, Sergey got busted. He has is it a Instagram or YouTube channel? Either way, you guys find Sergey Boguslav. He has a bunch of training videos on one of those. I can't remember if it was Instagram or YouTube, but he has a ton of his training videos. That dude was training hard, and he puts on the weights and the reps he's doing for each set, and he is lifting a ton of weight. That dude is a freak, and he was a really deep inside puller. He was getting to the point where him and what's his name, Sasha Andreev, were having good matches. He could give a run inside in a deep hook to anybody. And I think he's coming back right now. I think he's been suspended or whatever for like 2 years, and he's coming back. So I'm really excited to watch Sergey Boguslav pull. The dude is like textbook, super tight hook puller, and really excited to see his comeback and see what he does. And Vitaly was a lot lighter in this one, and he couldn't get far enough outside of Sergey's hand, and Sergey was able to beat him. But I mean, it doesn't take anything away from current Vitaly. But yeah, so everybody takes their losses, man. And but yeah, I'm more focused on Sergey and this, and how much of a beast that guy is. So definitely look for Sergey. I have a picture with I actually have a picture of Sergey and Vitaly. When I went to Worlds, I saw them at a bar one night out in Budapest, and I had to get a picture with them. And Vitaly's a little bit taller than me. So I'm 6'8". I think that means Vitaly's like 6'9", guys. He's tall as shit. We didn't measure hand height, though. His hands are probably, I bet you, significantly taller than mine. I bet. But who knows? Who knows? So that's it, guys. That's all I got. I appreciate you guys listening to my sick-ass voice. It's so raspy. Sorry about that. You guys, there's a lot of stuff in arm wrestling going on right now, a lot of training. We're all waiting on the WAL to make their announcement of the 600 series. You guys get a chance to listen to Neo Pickup's podcast. It's great. It's fantastic. I have the next guest already lined up, I believe, as long as it doesn't fall through. I already have the next guest. Hopefully you guys liked the last one with Todd Hutchings. I thought it went really well. Todd is like a very smart dude, and it was great that he was able to, basically, I want it to feel like he's just hanging out with me and we're just talking about arm wrestling, right? So I don't want these interviews or these times where I have guests to feel like I'm just interviewing them. I want you, say one day I have Travis Bagent, I want it to feel like Travis is answering the question of, a new guy posts, how do I top roll? And Travis will answer that question with me, right? So it's like us just having a conversation about these topics rather than all the attention being about Travis's backstory, which we've heard a bunch of times, right? Or his current super matches. That's not about that. It's about utilizing their minds and their outlooks on arm wrestling and answering your questions and helping me answer your questions. That's what I want it to be about. That's the goal. So hopefully it goes smoother and smoother. And pretty excited about the next guy. Yeah. So anyway, guys, so that's it. Hope you guys go out there, train hard, be bold as hell, and I will talk to you guys next week. Hell yeah. Peace.